So somebody wants me to talk about Marvel, their superheroes, and the artwork I've created, such as Otto Greenberg, Green Bunny. Okay, if you don't know, prior to Disney purchasing Marvel, I guess around the year 2009, so to speak, Marvel was desperate for money. In the late 90s, they sold off Spider-Man, they sold off the Incredible Hulk, and they sold off a lot of their characters to Sony, Universal, and, they were hurting for money. And they didn't realize the value, or maybe they did realize the value of the characters, but, later they started the MCU, and the rest is history. Now it's just this big money-making machine, but they sold off a lot of this. So somebody asks me, Andrew, right now, you have no money. You have no, you have less than $1,000 to your name. Actually, you're right now at like negative $700. You're almost getting into debt. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, a major motion picture company came up to you and they said, we want to buy your Otto Greenberg story, we want to buy your screenplay, we want to buy all your artwork, and we want to turn it into a movie. Would you accept their offer? Obviously, the movie industry, the art industry is very cutthroat. Obviously everybody's looking to, screw you out of money. So, I'm pretty desperate for money at the moment, but I realize, my artwork's a gold mine. I realize the worth, to my artwork, and I wouldn't just sell it off, to any bidder just because it's a gold mine, I don't want to be screwed out of money. I don't want to be duped out of money, but also I'm pretty desperate for money. So I kind of hope somebody will say, Andrew, this price is fair, or this price is, ripping you off completely. Because look, if they knew the value the characters like Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk had, Marvel, they wouldn't have sold off the characters like they did. But they did sell them off, and now the thing is like a billion-dollar, industry that's just raking in the dough, and, they realized the value, but they were hurting for money, so they had to sell off a lot of their intellectual property, and now it's a nightmare getting all of it back. So you want to use foresight too, and you don't want to look back in hindsight saying, "Oh, I shouldn't have sold off Otto Greenberg because that's my best artwork." But also, if you're desperate for money, you also don't want to be a starving artist who's homeless.